Hare Krishna. 6.6 Practical Application of Bhagavad Gita 3. We shall discuss the fifth and final stage of the curing the spiritual sickness analogy in this section. A. Accept positive treatments. The four principles favorable to our growth in Krishna consciousness are A, B, C, D. A. Association. B. Books. C. Chanting. D. Deity worship and diet. 6.6.1a Association with saintly people. When water spills on heated iron, it evaporates. The same liquid takes a round shape and shines like a pearl when it lands on a lotus leaf. If a raindrop enters a sea oyster shell, it transforms into a beautiful pearl. Thus, our association infuses us with inferior, mixed, or superior qualities. Bharatrutru Hariniti. A journalist once asked Srila Prabhupada, how does one become a devotee? Prabhupada humorously replied, if you associate with drunkards, you will soon become one. We became what we associate with. The same principles applies to our spiritual growth. When we apprentice with an expert sportsperson, surgeon, accountant, spiritualist, etc., we learn to become like them. Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.2 declares, one can attain the path of liberation from material bondage only by rendering service to highly advanced spiritual personalities. For those who are not interested in such activities, who associate with immoral, sinful people, the path to hell is wide open. We must respect all devotees but closely associate with those who are affectionate, like-minded. We have a high character and deep faith to nourish our devotional creeper of Krishna consciousness. 1. Can we practice bhakti alone? Our spiritual desires are like matchsticks. They need the matchbox of good association to ignite the spark of bhakti in our hearts. Only a great devotee filled with the spirit of seva or loving service can infuse our hearts with the same fire. We can love Krishna by our own free choice, but we need blessings of devotees to get the strength to make that choice. To reinforce the importance of devotees association, Lord Krishna informs Arjuna in Adi Purana, those who are my direct devotees are actually not my devotees, but those who are the devotees of my devotees are my real devotees. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 22.87 further states that a Vaishnava strictly avoids the intimate association of a materialistic non-devotees. There are two types of association, physical association and hearing from the great souls. Remembering and imbibing their instructions, guidance infuses our hearts with their divine qualities. 2. How do devotees associate with the world? Jesus said, be in the world, but not of the world. Beautiful lotus flowers remain unaffected by the qualities of the mud in which they grow. Lotus leaves also stay dry and untouched by the water on which they float. Similarly, devotees perform their duties in this world, not out of lust or greed, but with great devotion to the Supreme. Thus they remain unaffected, uncontaminated by the material nature. Bhagavad Gita 5.10. A monkey and a crocodile were great friends, but the crocodile's greedy wife had her eyes on monkey's heart. Invite him home for a feast, she implored, and I will do the rest. Upon receiving his friend's invitation, the monkey gladly jumped on his back. As they cheerfully glided down the river, the crocodile revealed his wife's sinister plan. The monkey realized he wasn't invited to the feast. Instead, he was the feast. Quickly gathering his wits, he exclaimed, oh dear, only if you had told me earlier, I would have brought my heart with me. We monkeys keep our hearts atop the trees. Quickly turn around, and I shall get it in a moment. As the simple crocodile reached the shore, the monkey desperately leaped onto his tree home. Turning to the crocodile, he said, you are a wonderful person and I respect you, but your association is dangerous. I need to keep a distance to save my life. A devotee may work with materialistic people, but does not judge or condemn them. For we hate the sin, not the sinner. The Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 1.211 gives the analogy of a lady and her paramour. She performs her household chores diligently, but her mind forever runs to meet her lover. Similarly, a devotee performs his worldly duties with a heart filled with love and gratitude to Sri Krishna. In this way, a devotee remains pure and uncontaminated. 6.6.2b Books of Spiritual Wisdom. Transcendental knowledge from the scriptures like a boat, and that helps us cross over the ocean of countless sufferings. Bhagavad Gita 4.36. Divine wisdom is like bright sunshine that lights up everything in a daytime. Bhagavad Gita 5.16. And dissipates the dense fog of confusion to give clear vision. Srimad Bhagavatam 6.1.15. Just as a blazing fire turns firewood into ashes, spiritual knowledge destroys past karma and mitigates miseries arising from it. Bhagavad Gita 4.37. The two benefits of the scriptures are as follows. 1. The scriptures clear doubts. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 4.42 encourages Arjuna to destroy the demons of doubts by the weapon of knowledge and perform his prescribed duties. If we reach a crossroad on a highway with no signboard, people or GPS, with which path would we take? We may decide to drive slowly in any one direction. Minutes later, if some locals guide us or the GPS comes online and we realize that we chose the wrong road, how soon would we turn around and drive at top speed on the correct route? Similarly, we may feel lost, sad, or even depressed without a purpose, direction, and meaning to our lives. The best cars without a worthy destination or a tallest success ladders with loneliness at the top are useless. Eternal scriptural principles act as guidelines and a moral compass to navigate life's challenges to reach our cherished destinations. There is no real happiness in this life or the next for the doubting souls who have no faith in the scriptures. Bhagavad Gita 4.14. The scriptures awaken us from spiritual amnesia. A soul trapped in a material body is in spiritual amnesia and forgets his eternal relationship with Krishna in the spiritual world. An amnesia patient reawakens his memory by visiting the previous home, family, workplace, etc. The scriptures similarly resuscitate our souls from spiritual amnesia by the detailed description of our eternal home, the spiritual world, and our eternal friends, relatives residing there. They also inform us of the obstacles and experiences that await us on this glorious journey. It is like an ecstatic homecoming for the lost soul. Question: what if I don't remember what I read in the scriptures? Scriptures are meant simply to feed our memory, but to transform our hearts, just as family meals are not for remembering what we eat daily, but for nourishment and love. A young boy once claimed, Grandpa, I try to read Bhagavad Gita daily like you, but I forget what I read as soon as I close the book. What good does this reading do? The grandfather, who was feeding coal into a stove, turned around and replied, Take this coal basket to the river and bring me some water in it. Although puzzled about how the basket could hold water, the boy nevertheless followed the instructions. As he had guessed, all the water leaked out of the can basket before he got home. The boy suggested to his grandpa that he get the water in a regular basket instead. The old man replied, No, try running faster and you shall succeed. Repeatedly, the boy tried, but all the water spilled out before he returned. Ex- Exasperated, he threw his tiny hands in the air and gave up. The grandpa smiled, glancing at the basket. It had transformed from a dirty old black coal basket to a squeaky clean one. Son, that is what happens when you read the Bhagavad Gita daily. You might not remember everything, but when you study it, you will be cleansed inside out. Transcendental literature is spiritually nourishing. However, we must hear about Sri Krishna from a sincere devotee, not a mundane speculator or an academic scholar. This is because even pure milk touched by a serpent's lip has poisonous effects. Hari Bhakti Vilasa 6.6.3 See chanting the holy names. The results obtained in Satya Yuga by meditating on Vishnu for thousands of years, in Treta Yuga by performing huge sacrifices, in Dwapara Yuga by elaborate deity worship, are obtained in Kali Yuga simply by regularly chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Srimad Bhagavatam 12.3.52. The following table shows the yugas with their respective yuga dharmas for spiritual perfection. Yuga, Yuga Dharma. 1. Satya Yuga, meditation on the spiritual soul. 2. Treta Yuga, yajna sacrifices. 3. Dwapara Yuga, deity worship. 4. Kali Yuga, chanting the holy names. 1. Why is the simple chanting process recommended in Kali Yuga? Srimad Bhagavatam 12.3.51 reveals Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults where people have minimal spiritual qualifications. Yet the simple but potent practice of chanting Hare Krishna is the special blessing for deliverance in this age. It further describes, O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, people live shorter lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, perpetually disturbed. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.10. In the present age, we cannot live 1 lakh years like Satya Yuga, people for the perfection of meditation. We also do not have a lifespan of 10,000 years like the people of Treta Yuga for ritualistic yajnas. These ceremonies required dance of pure ghee and brahmanas who could ignite sacrificial fires with mantras, both of which are rare today. Dwapara Yuga offered 1,000 years lifetime with unlimited resources for magnificent temples and opulent deity worship. Most people in Kali Yuga with tiny lives of 100 years live in a crowded cities without the luxuries of ample time, money, loving relationship, good health, etc. When demand declines, stores give discounts to boost sales. As spiritual interest reduces from Satya to Kali Yugas, rebates are offered to attract new clients. Satya Yuga's severe penances are cut by 25% to Treta Yuga yajnas for perfection. Dwapara Yuga provides a 50% deduction to a few hundred years of deity worship in magnificent temples. Kali Yuga offers the simplest and profound process of chanting the holy names in an almost 100% concession. Furthermore, pure chanting blesses us with the highest spiritual benefits not even available in the earlier ages. 2. What is the difference between meditation and chanting the mantra? Meditation or mindfulness shifts our mind's focus from our thoughts, feelings to our breathing, a candle, light bulb, affirmations, subtle energy chakras in the body, the universe, silence, etc. This awareness helps to calm our minds and attain emotional stability. On the other hand, mantra meditation is the mind's absorption in hearing the holy names of God with a prayerful heart. Mana is the mind and Tra is to control or protect. So the mantra is the divine sound vibration that cleanses the dust accumulated on the mirror of our mind from millions of births. In such a purified mind mirror, we can see our soul and the Supreme Soul God. Chanting a mantra acts as a spiritual alarm to wake up the sleeping soul. 3. How does the chanting of Hare Krishna work? Krishna's holy names and his divine form are identical. Padma Purana. The Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 17.22 confirms that in Kali Yuga, the Supreme Lord incarnates as his holy names. Thus, by chanting Hare Krishna, one directly associates with Supreme Lord and is delivered. The seed of Krishna Bhakti. The seed of Krishna Bhakti exists in the heart of every conditioned soul. Hearing and chanting the Hare Krishna mantra acts like watering and nourishing this Bhakti seed. In time, the Bhakti creeper blossoms into a beautiful tree of devotion. We can taste it ripen, sweet fruits of pure love for God in the spiritual world. CC Madhya Leela 22.107. Just as a fish can enjoy only within the water and not outside, the soul can be fully satisfied only in a divine atmosphere, not in this material world. The spiritual vibrations of the Mahamantra reinstate the soul in its eternal loving relationship with Krishna. This nectarian sound fills our hearts with unlimited bliss. 4. Why is Hare Krishna called the Mahamantra? Maha means big. the most important, and the mantra helps focus our minds. A doctor prescribes specific medicines for a disease from the pharmacist's numberless tracks. Similarly, among the many mantras, the scriptures recommend Hare Krishna as the Maha or the most effective mantra to reawaken our pure love for God in Kali Yuga. The Kali Sandarbha Upanishad verses 2 to 7 explain the history of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. At the end of Dwapar Yuga, Narada approached Brahma and asked, O glorious one, how can I cross beyond Kali Yuga as I wander over earth? Brahma replied, simply by chanting aloud the mantra of the holy names of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one drives away the age of Kali. Narada again asked, what is that holy name? Brahma replied, the 16 words mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, specially counteracts the sins in the age of Kali. After searching through the entire realm of Vedic literature, one cannot find a religious method for this age as sublime as the chanting of Hare Krishna. The 16 words destroy all the illusions that cover the conditioned soul. This Mahamantra makes the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself appear as the brilliant sun appears when a host of clouds are dispersed. Again, Narada asked, O glorious one, what are the rules for chanting this mantra? Brahma replied, there are no rules. Even if he is impure, a devotee who chants this mantra becomes pure. He attains the highest liberation. 5. What if I am already chanting another holy name of God? There are innumerable beautiful holy names of God, and each of them possesses the full power, glory, and mercy of Supreme Lord. 6. Ashtakam 2. We can sincerely take shelter of any revealed, not speculated or concocted God's name to get the divine benefits. The test for genuine chanting is that it purifies our heart from material contamination and awakens pure love. We can continue our existing spiritual practices and add the regular chanting of Hare Krishna to them. The Mahamantra is especially recommended in this age to enhance and accelerate our spiritual advancement. 6. What is the meaning of Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Hare Krishna and Rama are the original seeds of Mahamantra. Hare is the invocation of Hara, the Supreme Mother Radharani, or the pleasure potency of Lord. She helps the soul reach the Supreme Father Krishna, the all-attractive Supreme Personality of Godhead. Rama is the reservoir of pleasures. Srila Prabhupada explains the Hare Krishna Mahamantra as follows. O Hare, O Radharani, O Krishna, please protect me from Maya and engage me in your loving service. The mood for chanting the holy name is like a helpless child crying out for its mother's love, or like a lover calling out to be reunited with the beloved. 7th, what are the different types of chanting? We can chant the glories of Lord in 3 ways. A. Japa, the repeated soft prayerful chanting of the holy names, and to absorb our minds in attentive chanting. Kirtan, melodious singing of the holy names accompanied by musical instruments in the association of devotees. Katha, discourses and discussions glorifying the transcendental name, form, qualities, and pastimes of the Lord from Bhakti Sastras like BhagavadGita, Srimad Bhagavatam, etc. 6.6.4 D. Deity worship and diet. 1. What is the difference between an idol and a deity? An idol is a material form of a concept or an image of a person. Cities worldwide have idols, monuments, actors, stores, etc. to commemorate historical figures or freedom fighters. People also use idols and figures as showpieces in homes and offices. A deity is the Supreme Lord's spiritual form represented in material elements. Krishna, the controller of all energies, easily transforms matter into spirit, vice versa. As an expert technician uses electricity to warm an oven or a cool fridge. Thus, pure devotees in love behold the spiritual form of the Lord, whereas the materialist only see the metal stone in the deity. Every religion worships sacred items as a deity. Muslims worship the Quran and the direction towards Mecca as their deity. The Sikhs honor the Guru Granth Sahib, while the Jains daily walk to Derasar temple. The Buddhists adore Lord Buddha and chant Buddhist mantras. Christians pay homage to Jesus on the Holy Cross and Mother Mary. Devotees of Krishna worship his deity form as described in Vedas. 2. What is the difference between a marble deity and a marble floor? The GOST course answers this question with an interactive exercise. The facilitator hands a volunteer a newspaper to tear. It is easily executed. Then he is given a 2000 rupee note to shred. As the discomfort in the class becomes palpable, the facilitator asks, why is there a reluctance to read the paper? Some students exclaim, well, it is valuable. It could help you eat, travel, and survive. What is the proof that this currency note has value over the ordinary paper? The questions the teacher. A quick response is because the Reserve Bank of India authorizes it. Correct, affirms the teacher. The deity is also made up of material elements like metal, stone, marble, etc. However, since it is an authorized form described in Vedas, it is as potent as Supreme Lord Krishna himself. 3. Why does Lord not protect himself in the deity form? When cruel medieval invaders destroyed scores of temples in India, one may wonder why the Lord could not protect himself. Those with material vision see only stones or metals which they may destroy, but the purified souls directly perceive the spiritual deity form of the Lord, which is indestructible. For creation, protection, and destruction, Krishna takes many incarnations. The Lord appeared from a pillar in the half man, half lion form of Nrsimhadev to protect his dear devotee Prahlad. As Paramatma, he resides in every living entity's heart and simultaneously controls every atom of creation. In his gigantic universal form and through his energy of time, Krishna ultimately destroys everyone and everything. Bhagavad Gita 11.32. Krishna, however, incarnates as the deity only to reciprocate with the love of his devotees. He willingly subjects himself entirely to their care and protection. By a pure devotee's prayers, the Lord transforms a marble or metal idol into his deity form through a specialized process called Prana Pradishta. Krishna then begins to accept his devotees' offerings as the deity directly. 4. How do the deities eat what we offer? Krishna promises in Bhagavad Gita 9.26, if one offers me a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water with love and devotion, I will accept it. Lord Krishna clearly says, Asnami, I eat the offerings. However, one may question this assertion when we see that the food on the sacred altar remains untouched. To unravel this mystery, the Brahma Samhita 5.32 explained that all of the Krishna's transcendental sense are omnipotent and interchangeable. Krishna can eat with his eyes by glancing over the boga of Buddha or hearing his devotees' prayers. Thus, the deity may either finish the food offered to him. There is much documented evidence of it, or leave it back for the benefit of his devotees, infused with his mercy called prasada. 5. What are the advantages of offering our food and accepting prasada? The 3 advantages of eating Krishna prasada are as follows. A. Offering the food sanctifies it. We become what we eat. Food nourishes physically and it also has an emotional and spiritual influence on us. Why do our hearts crave lovingly prepared homemade meals despite eating delicious foods in fancy restaurants? It is because greed, anger, envy, and other vibes of the chef, servers, etc. penetrate the food and affect our consciousness when we eat it. When we eat the food remnants from a patient with a contagious disease, we are also infected by it. In the same manner, when we offer our food to Krishna, it becomes spiritualized as it comes in contact with his divine power. Thus, the prasada or remnants we eat become surcharged with the same spiritual potency. Just as an authorized post box or email account can send and receive mails, similarly, only approved deity forms of the Lord can reciprocate with our loving offerings. This direct spiritual connection is not possible for any idol. Just like letters from an imitation red box or fake email IDs are invalid. B. Practical method to express our love and gratitude. A robber steals a commodity without paying for it. If we consume electricity and water without paying our bills, the government penalizes us and stops its supplies. Thus, Bhagavad Gita 3.12 similarly explains that if we only enjoy natural resources like air, water, sunlight, metals, minerals, fruits, grains, etc., we are thieves. We must pay back by offering the same resources with the gratitude to Lord to complete the circle of love. For example, a father may be able to purchase thousands of chocolates. However, when his child offers a chocolate to the father bought with his money, her tender love and sentiments melt with his thoughts with affection. Similarly, Krishna does not need anything from us because he already owns everything. But as God's little children, he is overjoyed with our efforts to please him. See, freedom from karma. The Bhagavad Gita 3.13 explains the devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Others who prepare food only for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sin. Although all religious scriptures permit meat with certain restrictions, large scale slaughterhouses that promote brutal violence against poor innocent animals are never allowed. Vegetarian food also involves violence, albeit on much lower scale. So we get proportionately less karma for it. When we offer such fresh vegetarian or vegan foods to Sri Krishna in love, it yields twin benefits. One, it frees us from the personal present bad karma in it. And second, it also burns away our stockpile of karmas from many previous lifetimes. Summary. Stage 5 of healing from spiritual sickness is A. Accept favorable treatment of Krishna consciousness. The four medicines for cure are as follows. 1. A. Association of saintly people. This is the golden rule for the advancement of our Krishna consciousness. 2. B. Books of spiritual wisdom. They give two benefits. A. Clears doubts. B. Awakens us from spiritual amnesia. 3. See chanting the holy names. People in Kali Yuga have a shorter lifespan, weaker memory, and are always disturbed. So, the simplest and most powerful process of chanting is given for spiritual perfection. 4. D. Deity worship and diet. A. Although made of matter, a deity is different from an idol because it's the Lord's divine form authorized by the process of prana pratishtha, where a pure devotee invites the Lord. B. The deity eats whatever we offer because Krishna's senses are transcendental and interchangeable. See, the three benefits of Krishna Prasada are it sanctifies food with spiritual energy. 2. A practical method to express our love and gratitude. 3. Prasad frees one from past and present karma reactions. Hare Krishna. Thank you.